Hey y'all, hey, welcome back to my page, y'all. Welcome to the replay. How do you know you're on the replay? Well, you won't see a red box right there. So, if you're on the replay, just comment hashtag replay, comment along. Y'all, I've got my big, heavy duty dryer out today because we're going to be heat setting some stuff. I want to make a tea towel for my kitchen. And guess what? We're going to be using the Club Transfer. So when you hop on, say hey. Let me know you're here, y'all. Let's have some fun. Let us see here. So today is Saturday, August 26th, and it's a great day. So I have a tea towel here. It does have the striped lines. It's extremely wrinkly, but I'm just going to iron the bottom portion. So let me take you back so y'all can see. Hello, hello. What are y'all doing today? It is Saturday and we are crafting midday. So it may be Sunday where you're at because you're on the replay, maybe Monday. Keyword is towel. So I did add these towels, y'all, to our Amazon store. I'm going to get as many wrinkles out of this as I possibly can. This is called a Cricut Mini Heat Press. And, I mean, it does the job for sure. It's more compact. I just want to get some of these out. It's not like a deal breaker if you don't. But it will be easier for me to use what we're doing if it's, not as wrinkled. So, hey, friends. How are you? Hi, Kelly. Kelly, how was school? Back to school. Lots of new faces, right? Okay, so this is somewhat no longer wrinkled. Let's just say that. All right, so we're going to, originally, I was going to do one thing. And Zach's like, add some color, add some color. So guess what, y'all? Project number 8 this month. Project number 8 this month. So this is considered the August Club Transfer. You cannot just go outright buy this on the website. You must be a club member and or a designer on my team to get this. So I am just going to use the pumpkin, and we're going to put the pumpkin right here on this tea towel. And I think we're going to get brave, and we're going to try and color in this pumpkin per Zach's request. And I'm going to put it, I think, right there. So I want my transfer to stick to this. And we're going to have to heat set in between because we're going to do 1, 2, 3 different layers. Okay. Hi, Kathy and Sandy. Kindergarten doesn't come until, oh, so you're back doing all the teacher things. Gotcha. Yay. It was fun, Colleen. We had a good time last night. Y'all, let me just tell you, though, it is so, and I know, y'all, I'm just preaching to the choir about this, but it is so hot. Like, even being in the pool is hot. Like, I want to go sit out there this afternoon, but it's just hot. So, I'm going to start with my dune, okay? We're going to do the same technique as we've done on several, I knew that was going to happen, knocking stuff over. Several different projects. We did this yesterday. I love this bow so much. Like, shaky, shaky, shaky. My scarecrow fell down. But anyways, we're going to color with ink today. Paint with ink, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to create our outline so that we know where to place our colors. Okay? So let's do that first. You're going to use this the same way that you would use our paste, which is majority of those projects behind me. You just take your squeegee and you're going to apply it. The only difference in what we're using today compared to all of that stuff up there is ink is permanent once it's heat set. Well, this is going to be a kitchen towel, and knowing my family, they like to use every towel they can see in the area to clean stuff off, wipe stuff off. Like, hey, we're gonna, look, Mom, we have this gigantic, I don't know, spill of spaghetti sauce, and we're gonna use the decorative towel that's hanging on the stove. So I'm just going to make it permanent for that reason right there. Okay. All right. So we went with the dune. We're going to lift it up. It's going to be hard to see, but not too bad. Okay. Now, one thing I didn't do, and y'all, shame on me, is I did not put this on an ink mat, but it stayed in place. Don't do that. Okay. Missy, I got it at Hobby Lobby. So before we do the next thing, the next layer of ink, we're going to put it on this. This is called an ink mat. Can't believe I didn't do that, y'all, but it just helps your material stay in place. Okay? Yes, Stephanie, hot, hot, hot. That is so true. Outside all day, Kelly. Yes. Yeah, Janet, go check it out. It was from yesterday, August 25th. But it's just so darn hot. Like, it's just so hot. Okay, so we're going to grab our heavy duty, like this is a like true heat gun. And this is going to speed up the drying process on our towel. Now, below this, let me turn this off. I just have one of those Cricut heat mats. Okay? I'm not bubbling up my self-healing mat here. So just be extra careful with this because this metal piece, hot, hot, hot. Just like the temperature here in Texas and everywhere else, right? Oh no, Peggy, that's not good. So we're gonna dry this. I've got my mini heat press on, ready to heat set. We need to heat set the ink and the fabric before we move on to step number 2, okay? And you will feel if the ink is not dry because it's tacky. So what I recommend that y'all do if you're going to do this project at home, just let it dry for like an hour in between layers. I know it's a longer process, but trust me, okay? And I could very easily screw this up because I'm speeding up the process to show y'all A to Z. So just keep that in mind. Okay, now I'm going to gently, carefully set this down so it doesn't melt anything on my desk. Okay, stay. Okay, next step. Grab some parchment paper. Hi, Linda. This is almost gone. So I'm just going to grab some scissors and we're going to cut our parchment paper. But let me set this over here and I'm going to spray it because we do need to clean that because we're going to use it again. Okay? So spray, spray, spray. We'll clean that in a second. But I want to get this heat set. So I'm going to cut probably about just enough for the pumpkin so that it goes over the pumpkin. And then, of course, there is some on the side that is extra. Okay? Yes, Bonnie. Thank you, my friend. Okay, so parchment paper down. Grab your iron. Grab your mini heat press. Grab your, I have a big one down there. Didn't feel like dragging it out. I do love this one because it's smaller. And it just, I don't know. I don't have a whole lot of workspace. And that bigger one requires more workspace here to show you on the tutorial. Now, if I was doing this like by myself, not with y'all, I almost said at home. I am at home. I would get the big one out. Okay. So we're just taking this over and we're basically setting that ink into the, like the towel. Okay. All right. So it is a little tacky. I'm going to go down one more time, but you can do the same thing with an iron. I would suggest setting your iron at like medium-ish, medium to high heat and doing this same thing. Okay. Parchment paper, rubbing it all around, setting the ink. Okay. All right. Now let me let this cool off. Okay. Oh, yay. You got your bundles. Thanks, Kelly. Yeah, you know, I had those QR codes for a while and they were sitting way up high. And now that, you know, this is what I'm doing full time, I have more time to look for those things and be more thoughtful. Okay, so this is no longer tacky. All right, so I'm going to set this aside for right now, but this is what the Dune did to our towel. Okay, it just basically gave us the template. I'm going to grab our transfer because we do need to clean this and dry it because we need to use it again. Okay. All right, so you take your board eraser and you just go over your little transfer here and make sure that all of your ink or paste is out. Then you're going to flip it over. You're going to spray the back and you're going to do the same thing. Now, I keep purified and or distilled water in my little spritzer here, my little mister, but you can use tap water to clean your transfers. I just want to clarify that. I just find it easier because if I had a jar of paste or ink that was on the drier side, you would only want to put distilled or purified water in here. So I try to, you know, what is that term? Think smarter, not harder. So I'm just going to put distilled or purified water in here, have this at my crafting station, and just use it to clean all the things. Okay, I hope that made sense. Hold on. I almost stepped on our little friend. Y'all, this guy melts my heart. But I'm afraid to try and put him up there because he's going to fall again. Zach is the decorator of the shelves, so he's going to have to come help me later. Okay? All right, so now I'm taking a paper towel and we're cleaning off all of that water. Okay? Just like so. And then we're going to put this on the backer sheet and just let it sit because, again, we're going to use it again and again. Now we're going to get real creative and we're going to paint with ink. And as Miss Bonnie said, we're going to use our ink mat. Okay, so these are sticky. They have this like film on top of them so that, you know, I mean, this is going to attract any type of fuzz, whatever that lands, right? Thank you. Yeah, Peggy, I do use bottled water. I just make sure that is, you know, pure water, distilled water. Do your thing, girl. Okay, so I've got it down on the ink mat. This is protecting it from not shifting, and it's protecting like this mat because it's cloth, right? The ink's gonna go through. Okay, here we go. Let's see what trouble we can get into today with painting with ink, because I don't even know. So I'm gonna put that down there. Let me just get all my things in a row here. So I think I'm gonna do a mixture of bark and papaya ink. Okay. Yay. All right. So let's do this. I just opened this jar of bark. So I am going to stir it just to kind of get it, I don't know. It's been sitting on my shelf for a while. Just stir it. Yeah, there we go. So that it looks right in the world, right? Same thing with papaya. Y'all, I don't use ink a whole lot. I need to. But I just want to stir it and make sure it's legit. Okay. So there's that. Then I'm going to grab my bucket of paintbrushes. And we're going to grab a color tray. I'm going to grab one, I think. I'm going to grab two just in case. Hi, Heather. You have to join club to get this transfer. So if you comment the word towel, there will be lots of information in that message that I send you. Okay. All right. So I don't know. Let's just see what happens. We are painting with ink today. Okay. And I need to put this. I know why I got the trace. We did this yesterday. You'd think I would have remembered. So I'm going to put some bark here. Okay. And then I'm going to put some papaya on the other one because I don't want to dip my paintbrush in the jars, and I'm going to use the same paintbrush. That really worked yesterday. Okay. All right, be very careful when you're using ink because it's permanent and it could get on your towel in a spot that you don't want it to, okay? Y'all, do me a favor, put your thumb on the heart button and hit the heart button for me. It helps us a ton, like so much. You have no idea. Ooh, I'm kind of liking this orange and brown. So, what are y'all doing today? Any fun plans? I know it's like, I mean, it's like 2:15 here, and I'm in Central Time. I guess the day is what? The day's still new, depending on, you know, what you're doing. So, I'm just painting along the template that we created with the Dune paste. And we are using bark and papaya. That's kind of cool, y'all. I am liking this. And I'm just kind of going, I don't know if you can see, but I am just going from tray to tray and just picking up the different colors as I work over this pumpkin. Okay. Relaxing until you go to work. Hi, Emily. You're getting your house leveled, Donna. Wow. That's like a big deal, huh? Like, yeah, that's a big deal. All right, bark and papaya. Okay, so now we're getting to like the fine, intricate spots of this transfer. So I just want to make sure. Now, I will tell you that the ink is going to soak up, the towel is going to soak up the ink. So you may need to use more than you originally planned. So just keep your jars out, keep it handy. But this is chalk and ink form and it is permanent once it's heat set, y'all. Okay. Like I said, all of that stuff back there is paste. So that is semi-permanent on our non-porous surfaces. Like on wood surfaces, it's permanent. Unless you just simply sand it off and paint over it. Okay, so I do see some white spots on my towel. So I'm going to go back over those because I know that that is where there is no ink or it's soaked up so much that it's like, poof, be gone, right? It is a big deal, right? You're sitting at the campground watching me. Ooh, how fun. Is it hot? I cannot imagine being at a campground right now, but I'm also in Texas, not in Oregon. I don't know. I'm thinking tonight we're going to have movie night. We did that last Saturday and it was kind of nice. I'm trying to make more time for the boys with my new schedule. Because one, they don't need to be on their video games all the time, right? Because they get on them the minute they wake up. It's too hot to do anything outside. Even their baseball stuff has been postponed for several days. All right, I think we got it. I don't know, I think so. Now there is a stem and some leaves. However, I don't know that we're gonna do those today because like the ink is going to not really spread, but it's not gonna be like, I know that's hard to see, but like there's a very fine line when you're using paste on a surface. And with ink, I just feel like it kind of gets in there and it's kind of just like, oh. So, I mean, there is some up in the stem and the tendrils, as Jeannie told me yesterday. Surprised I remembered that. I don't know that we're going to do that. All right. But we might. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so there is that. We're going to put our trays up. We're going to close our orange. It's gorgeous there. 70s. Are you serious? Well, I'm awfully jealous. Let me just tell you that. All right, let me grab some pesto and maybe we'll just add a little bit here. I gotta concentrate, y'all. We're gonna do a green stem today. Why? Because we can. So make sure you guys are following the page. I just finished painting the, what does that call it? Prototype for our Monday weekly cutout. And I think it's pretty darn cute. So make sure you are following so that you do get notifications when we post stuff, when we go live, all the things. And don't forget, y'all, anytime that you see a post of ours, if you can just say hi, comment on it, heart it, like it, even sprinkle it, we would so appreciate it. All right, done and done. So I'm going to take my craft dryer first and just kind of dry it just a tad, okay? And then we'll go in with the big guy. And we're not going to go in with the big dryer until we remove the ink mat, okay? 100 and it feels like 109, yes. I think we hit a record yesterday. I think it was like 108 here, like the true temperature. I don't know what the feels like was. Today may be another record, I'm not sure. Thank you, Deborah. All of the snowmen have been mailed out up until yesterday. So we're trying to get those out like Amazon shipping. Or what used to be. So that you guys are not waiting on that when you go and purchase the next week's craft kit. All right, I've got some chunks of ink here. Let me just get those out. So the nice thing about this dryer, y'all, is it's not going to like melt things. I mean, it is not like holy hot like this one is. So just keep that in mind, okay? Thanks, Ellen. Thanks for the sprinkles. Thank you so much. We super appreciate that. You have no idea. Dana's been crafting. How's your husband, Dana? Did you have to put anything under the tea towel so it doesn't go through the towel and onto your mat? Missy, yes, I put this. I'll show you. I'm about to pull it out. So this is called an ink mat, actually, right here. So I put this, and notice some of the ink, it's very faint, did go through, okay? But I'm going to very carefully lay that down and lay this down. And then I'm going to take our Cricut heat mat. You could use a towel. And I'm going to put that underneath it. And now we're going to go into the big guy. Okay? Let's see. I am, Missy, I am inking right over the dune. And I'm going to show you what's going to happen. Awesome, Wanda. New house. Ooh, Kelly, I just saw your comment. Yes, Bonnie. You know what, Bonnie? So, Bonnie, I saw her comment up there. She's like, you said paste, but do you mean ink? Yeah, I had a feeling that I was going to say paste when I should be saying ink today on certain things. So, thank you. Yes. Oh, you're having a craft day on September 23rd. That is Zach's birthday. Okay, good, Dana. I am glad. Awesome, Vivian. You got it. Yes, yes, I know, Barbara. Okay, so this is drying, okay? I'm using this today because it's going to dry faster. But like I said, if you're doing this at home without me, all by yourself, you got the tunes going, the TV going, your dog's barking, your husband's watching some sports, whatever it may be, okay? Let this dry for like an hour. Just do it. All right, I have a few spots that are thicker than others. So I am going to just make sure that those are dry, and then we're going to heat set this, and then we're going to do step number 3. Not over there, over here. Okay, ready? Grab your parchment paper and start heat setting it. Okay, this is on high. There's 3 lines. 1, 2, 3. Lit up means on high. Okay. Yay. 55 wedding anniversary is September 21st. Well, congratulations. Happy anniversary. Early, right? That's an amazing accomplishment. That's awesome. Hey, Jeannie. I'm in your craft room smashing out lumps from a very old jar of grayish paste. Hey, girl, work it. You can get it to where you need it. Okay, so heat set that. Let it cool off. Okay, I'm going to tap it. It's still a little tacky in spots. Just be careful when you do that, guys. Don't burn yourself. Okay, don't blame me. Let's do this. Again, y'all hear Kira? She's fluffing up the carpet again to see if she can make like a blanket because she wants to lay down. Girlfriend, it ain't going to happen. Just lay your butt down and just take a nap. Oh, she found a spot. It was 2 inches from the spot that she was in just a second ago. So I guess it's a little bit more fluffier. All right. There's that. Let this cool down. And then I'm going to show you what we're going to do next. Okay. Whoo! It's hot. Awesome, Jeannie. That is so exciting. Rome, Italy. How fun. Okay. So there are still a few spots that are tacky, and let me tell you where they're at. It is around the edges where you have both dune, in this case, and the oranges, the papaya and the bark that we used. So it's like where the ink is like doubled up, okay? All right, so that is done. So now what we're going to do is grab our transfer again. I am going to get the black ink out ready to go. Hey, Deb, what are you doing, girlfriend? Yay. It is. It's wild, like she's fluffing the grass. Yes. Like, you didn't do anything, dog. It's fine. I just tell her you do you, right? Okay, so I'm going to just let this cool for just a second. I hope Zach is proud of me on this because he asked me to add color, and I did. Oh, speak of the devil. There
Minecraft is going to be the destruction of this world.
Minecraft. Do any of y'all's kids, grandkids play Minecraft? Right now, that is the war that we're dealing with in this house. And I'm not there to deal with it. Okay, so we're going to lay this down right over. Wait. Ink mat. Hold on. Hold your shorts. Ink mat. Okay, ink mat down. I remember, Bonnie, I remembered. Okay, ink mat's down. Again, just so the ink doesn't go through. And holds our fabric in place. Now we're going to line this up. Y'all, this is fun. Like, I could do this whole pumpkin method quite a bit. All right, I'm going to start with my stem, and I'm going to use that to help me line up everything else. Okay, I think we're good. Nope, just kidding, psych. Where are you, Leaf? There you are. Okay. There we go. All right, ready? So now we're going to use black ink, and we're going to go right over that to create the final touch. Make sure you get all of it covered. Okay, and remember, this is ink, so be extra careful when you're using the ink because it is permanent. And y'all, this is number 8, project number 8 for this month with this transfer. We've used it 8 times. That's so awesome. Okay, done and done. Now we're gonna lift it and check it out. Oh my goodness. Y'all, that is darn cute. Okay, let me set this on here. I'll clean this in a second. I'm gonna spray it. We're done. We do need to heat set this though. Okay, so we're gonna dry this with our little minute dryer first. Okay. And then we'll go in with the big guy. And then we'll heat set it, and then we're gonna fold it up, and then it's gonna go on my stove. And yes, you'll be able to wash and dry this because your ink is heat set into the fabric. Okay? But I wanna get this kind of dry before we take it off, all right? Okay, so if y'all are in my VIP group, make sure you post a picture of your pup, because it is National Pup Day. If you're not in there, just comment VIP, and you'll be asked a series of questions, and we'll get you accepted, okay? All right, so this is good to go. Now I'm going to very carefully take this off and set this right down here. I did not want to do that. Set it down here and grab the big one. Now, we have 3 layers of ink on the edges. So, those are probably going to take a little bit longer to heat set. But, like I said, y'all, just let this dry. Maybe not. Powerhouse. This is the powerhouse. But just be careful because it is hot. Did you do that on your ironing mat? Shannon, yes. My crafting dryer, yes. Because it does not get super, 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 super hot like this one does. Okay? All right, here we go. Heat set. Down. And just go over it. Okay? And y'all, we did it. We colored with ink. We painted with ink. This is probably my second time to do it. I'm glad Zach put me up for the challenge. I think it's super cute. Something different, right? Now, you could just use all black. That was my original plan. You could do a colored one, and you could just do an all black one. Put them both in your kitchen. Maybe you have a pumpkin theme, fall theme bathroom. Are you one of those that decorates all of your rooms? Maybe I should start doing that, but you could put this in your bathroom. How cool would that be, y'all? Okay, so let's check it. Woo! Hot, hot, hot. Okay, so it is hot. I'm going to go over it one more time, and then we're done. Okay? Colleen, I got these from Amazon, and actually I put them in our Amazon store. You can get that information when you comment the word towel, T-O-W-E-L. All right, I'm going to turn off my heat press, lay that there, and my friends, we have something that you would buy at another store, right? You'd probably see pumpkins, tea towels at other stores, right? So let me just fold this. I'm not very good at this. In a house full of boys, a lot of your tea towels probably just get wadded up and hung on the things, right? Yep. Right here. In this house, right here. All right, so let me fold this. See if I got it in the middle. I did. I did. Look. Y'all, how cute. How stinking cute is that? I love it. Now, like I said, if somebody gets something on it, you can wash and dry this because it's been set. The ink has been set into the towel. Papaya and bark are the colors that we used. I didn't scoot it down far enough, but we can go back in and color it. But y'all, isn't that cute? Something different. I'm really digging the shading lately. So, all right, guys, have a great day. We'll see you later.